The cafeteria fell silent when the officer's laughter rang out. He leaned on the counter, pointing at the small girl with braids who stood clutching her backpack straps. Your mom? Special forces. His voice carried mocking disbelief. Sweetheart, that's not the kind of fairy tale you tell strangers. Heat rushed to her cheeks, but she refused to lower her gaze. Around her, murmurs rippled, and even the woman serving lunch paused mid-scoop. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. Her name was Amina, 12 years old, quiet by nature, but steady as stone when it came to defending her truth. She had grown up hearing her mother's voice fade in and out of late-night phone calls, speaking in clipped tones about deployments, about deserts, about storms no one else in their neighborhood could imagine. To Amina, her mother wasn't a myth. She was the anchor, the heartbeat of her world. But now, under the glare of a uniformed officer who dismissed her words with laughter, that truth felt fragile. The Officer Clean, smirked and shook his head. Your mom's probably just an HR at the base. Special Forces isn't a place for bedtime stories. His words stung not just because of the doubt, but because of the casual cruelty in them. Around them, students whispered, their voices cutting sharp. She's lying, just trying to sound cool. Amina's hands trembled. She wanted to scream, to vanish, to make them see. And then a shift. The air changed first. The doors at the far end of the cafeteria swung open, spilling light into the room, and with it, a silence so heavy it pressed on every chest. Footsteps echoed, deliberate and strong. A woman appeared, tall, broad-shouldered, moving with a kind of gravity that drew every eye without effort. Her boots tapped the tile in a rhythm that seemed too precise to be ordinary. Amina's breath caught her mother, clad in fatigue, still dusted with the red of foreign soil. She carried herself with the quiet weight of someone who had seen battles few dared to imagine. On her sleeve gleamed the insignia that told the truth better than any words ever could. Her eyes, sharp and steady, swept the room and landed on Officer Clean. The color drained from his face. He straightened, as if pulled by invisible strings, his smirk vanishing. For the first time, the cafeteria was utterly still. Even the clatter of a dropped fork went unheard. The woman's voice broke the silence. Low, but resonant. Is there a reason my daughter is being ridiculed for telling the truth? No one spoke. The officer opened his mouth, then closed it again. The students stared wide-eyed as realization bloomed across their faces. The fairy tale was standing before them, flesh and blood, and in that moment, moral tension twisted through the air, because some wondered, should a child even carry the burden of a mother's dangerous duty? Was it fair for her to live with secrets and shadows others would never know? Yet even as those questions flickered, the answer was made plain in the way Amina's mother reached for her, resting a strong, calloused hand on her daughter's shoulder. The crowd erupted, not in laughter this time, but in applause that rose like a tide. Murmurs turned into cheers and whispers of shame into shouts of pride. Amina stood taller, no longer trembling. Her chin lifted as the truth wrapped itself around her like armor. Officer Clean lowered his head, his arrogance stripped bare, and whispered an apology. So quiet it was nearly swallowed by the noise. But it didn't matter. Justice had already been done, not through punishment, but through the undeniable presence of truth. Because courage doesn't ask for permission. It arrives. It stands, and it changes the air in the room. And kindness doesn't vanish. It waits, and it finds its way back. From that day forward, no one doubted Amina's words. They didn't just see a girl with braids. They saw the fire of a soldier's bloodline, the reflection of a mother who walked through war so her child could stand unbroken in a cafeteria. Oh, remember this. Truth has a way of revealing itself, even when laughter tries to bury it. If this story moved you, share your thoughts below.